Welcome to Đồng Nai Radio and Television stations. Here's the news today. Đồng Nai People Committee have just issued official letter number 4632 on continuing to suspend some non-essential activity to implement COVID-19 pandemic prevention. Accordingly, the festivities, the night market, the performing art venues, the movie theaters, the singing booths, and the massage parlors, the sauna, the beauty salon, and video games businesses, including bars, are suspended. The execution time is from 12 a.m. from the 5th of May 2021 until the new noted. The rest of the trading establishment of goods and services are allowed to operate but must fully implement pandemic prevention measures. For food service establishments, they are not allowed to gather crowded, ensure distance, increase the form of the home delivery or taking out. Religious and meeting activity depend on the size of the conditions to balance the number of the attendees not exceeding 50% of the venue capacity. Organizing units must take responsibility before law for the implementation of the pandemic prevention requirements, require the restaurant hotel to temporarily stop holding wedding parties, congregation of people until there is a new announcement. According to the Vietnam Association of Seafood Exporter and Producer, after 2 years of decline the number of exporting, Bangladesh's export increased again in 2 months back-to-back of March and April 2021. In the first 4 months of the year, the export values of the Bangladesh to the US, China, Brazil, Colombia, Mexico, and the UAE all increased sharply from 15% to 35%, especially to Russia increased 104%. Vietnam Association of Seafood Exporter and Producers believes that this is a good signal after 2 years of slow export value to some markets or sharp declines. Regarding the Bangladesh materials price, currently around from 21,000 to 22,000 VND for a kilogram, an increase of 1,500 VND per kilogram compared to the beginning of the year. The reason for the increase of the price of Bangladesh is that the markets for these products have many signs of prosperity. Vietnam's Bangladesh continued to export to 134 countries and territories. The whole province of Đồng Nai currently have 183 cases being centrally isolated, including 1 case of being treated a patient 2943, a Vietnamese citizen returning from Japan who was quarantined immediately after entry and found positive for SARS-CoV-2 on the 13th day of isolation. The patient is being treated at Đồng Nai Lund Hospital. Since the COVID-19 pandemic up to now, Đồng Nai had recorded 23 cases of infections, including 20 cases of entry, 3 cases of infection in the community. The health sector is working with the other units to continue tracking cases related to the cases that Ministry of Health has announced. The New Zealand Navy announced that they will join the British Navy in the Indo-Pacific regions, pass through the South China Seas and participate in some activity this year. New Zealand Ministry of Defense says that the Navy would pass through the South China Seas and could visit Japan and South Korea. The New Zealand Navy will also participate in the military exercise with the British Navy in an area off the east coast of Malaysia in October, with countries under the Fine Power Defense Treaty including Britain, Australia, Malaysia, Singapore, and New Zealand. The exercise will hold on the group's 50th anniversary. Earlier today, the aircraft carrier HMS Queen Elizabeth left the UK to begin the first voyage to the Indo-Pacific region. US President Joe Biden says he wants to hold a summit with his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin when his European tour is scheduled for the next June. President Biden released about information to the press after talking about the U.S. response to the COVID-19 pandemic. President Biden planned to attend the G7 summit of the world leading industrial countries G7 in the UK scheduled from June 11th to June 13th. Then go to the Russia to meet the leaders of European Union and attended to the North Atlantic Treaty Organization NATO on June 14th. U.S. officials are working with their Russian counterpart to hold a Biden-Putin summit in the third country during Biden's first overseas trip as a U.S. resident. That's all on the news today. Thanks for watching us. Goodbye.